Oi, oi. What's up? Oh, ooh, yeah. Sorry. Stream a little delayed because I wanted to go double check. Nothing like going downstairs for lunch and being told, "Oh, hey, by the way, we need to get the house situated for leaving in like less than a month." Yay. No, luckily for me, it's not like too big of a deal. I never really fully unpacked. So probably like 80% of my stuff is in boxes that would have needed to be individually packed. All that's really there is I just need to vacuum and do stuff to the carpets, get the dog smell out, stuff like that. Oh, it shouldn't like cause too many problems. Shouldn't cause too many problems for streaming, but I might have to go help and move other stuff around. As far as I'm aware, we're having people come, like we're having a moving company come and move stuff. So I shouldn't have to do too much heavy lifting aside from helping pack and all that. Bit surprised that they reverted Mjolnir back. It's only working on autos. It just makes it useless again. Uh, Realistically, it's probably a case of how do we solve this problem now and then we'll revisit it again in the future kind of maneuver, which I'm not too overly surprised because yeah, they could make it, they could actually alter Mjolnir, but by the time like it's just too much damage to leave as is, especially if people are one-shotting like stuff like bubs. So I'm not overly surprised they went that route. I was thinking that maybe they might try because the point is that they would then have to they they would have to change the code for every version of Mjolnir, and then make sure, and then they have to run the debugging process to make sure it doesn't bork in some form or fashion, and that's gonna take a while. Like that's gonna take time. So the easiest solution is to do what they did: is revert it back to the old code that it was, refund it for people who bought it with moons because that's actual technically money involved because crystals, because that's how you get the gold moons and stuff, and then probably just revisit Mjolnir in the future at some point. I was actually kind of surprised the superlative ticket because it's a bit that takes a little bit off the edge off the people that use their ticket on it. Because yeah, you kind of have a dead Mjolnir now, but at the same point, it's like, well, if you used it for Mjolnir before the shenanigans came out, rip. But if you used it for if you got Mjolnir after the shenanigans started popping up, you should have known that was gonna get nerfed into the ground. Like or at least like revert it, like something was gonna get done to it. Like most people on Reddit were just like, yeah, we kind of imagined something like. But yeah, it's probably just a case of like I wouldn't be surprised if they did it because internally they're like, all right, we're just gonna revert it and then we'll revisit Mjolnir with something else down the line. Like for all I mean, for all intents and purposes, it might come back. Like they might just rebalance it towards a better damage ratio or something, so that you can still do some setups for it like that. But it was just the easiest solution, quickest thing they can get pushed out, which makes sense. Also, like realistically speaking, if you bought Mjolnir with a gold moons, you're probably chilling because you got your gold moons back, and there's the other gold moon weapon rebounds coming soon. So you're probably just sitting on those to just wait to see if there's anything over there that's worth grabbing. To be honest, the only real losers out of the Mjolnir reversion were the people that used their ticket on it. But even then, they get like another ticket now, so it's not like as big of a loss. They're just down an extra superlative weapon. I'm probably just gonna get Excalibur this time though. Not the only one needing Gotcha Authorities called Sheet VA just got 2 gold bars in back-to-back raids. Yeah, but she has the Grand Blue VA buff. Let's be honest. That's an actual thing. Wasn't there one of the JP VAs who got like 3 or 4 gold bars in like a day, like in like a couple hours of just grinding Bajas? Voice actor buff is real. Meanwhile, I have to get my gold bars from Militus Ifrit because my luck doesn't exist. Oh wait, all right. I am slacking today. I'm not gonna lie, I was grinding some Torchlight Infinite before stream, so I'm a little low on the uptick. Let's get Grand Blue up and running. But yeah. Also, Yugu needs to start dropping me swords. I got my Leviathan dagger I needed for the second one done. Well, it's fully uncapped. I still haven't upgraded it, but we are making our way through. But yeah, I'm just kind of curious, like what they'll do with it next. 'Cause I don't know. I mean, they might just leave it, but I don't think they will. I think they'll probably like actually try to do something good. The interesting part is they're also adding an attenuation system to skill damage and OE damage, so it doesn't happen again. So they kind of well, I'm curious how that'll like if or how that'll affect the numbers because that's essentially what like double damage cap being applied, unless it's going to be on its own separate system. All right. So in this, I was trying to figure out how to get this done. Because yeah, so this works the way it's supposed to. For now. It might break on the next one when we have to add a different person, but it shouldn't. Because they shouldn't conflict at all, but we'll see. Um hmm. I just really wanted to make this part of the code work. Wait, why is it doing intro to programming, 3 intro to program? 3. Oh wait, no, it's because 3 advanced course in programming 2. I don't know why it's doing this one twice. They're on the intro to programming 2. This is gonna break it though. Oh, oh, it didn't break it. Oh, oh, what? Oh, well, it still kind of didn't work the way it's supposed to. Getting added to the list, but I got a good guy, you're the Betty. Never mind. No, this doesn't work. Because what it's doing is it's changing this to be this, and then it'll be like, oh, well, it's not in here. So then they just append it. So this wouldn't work. Oh, oh. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. But yeah, but tell me that you. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Oh. Oh. I was just trying to make this like work in a way I would be happy with, but it's fine. Honestly, like I was just adding extra steps to the thing. Oh, that's right. I need to do a summary. Mm-hmm. Prints out a summary based on the information stored in the database. I keep forgetting to make this a tuple before I do all this.
Hippity hoppity, you is my property.
What's up, Goku? Welcome in. Why Yubi's? Good job. I need them for coding and for packing. Out there. Jet down my soul. Oh, I took water and it went down the wrong pipe. Okay. That works there. I needed to also say the person who's completed the most courses. Mm, I think I want to do this. It's pretty easy to just compare the length of like the list, like of the values, right? The list of tuples. Oh, I guess it could just be initialize this to 0. And then if length of key is greater than courses, then oh, actually that won't work. No, this would have to be like course count. Said. And then and here it would be course equals the key. And then print key. Or not print course. It should not be Eliza. That doesn't work the way I was expecting it to work. which means it's counting the length of the actual value itself and not the actual list. Yeah, because it's going to iterate through every single tuple, and that's not what I want. Why is it still? Hmm. Wait, actually, before I even do that, let me make sure that this is actually working. I mean, it should be working because it says there's two keys, but Peter has one, two, three. Okay, my code's kind of fucked. I don't know why it's adding this twice. I'll have to look into that. How about the animated 250 Colossus? I mean, if you're not gonna make Primal Fire, you're gonna have to do it eventually anyway. So, I mean, unless you have something else you're gonna toss the sands at now, or like, I'd probably just say just 250 Colossus. So that way you can just start, just be like, all right, that's done. And then just go off of the count, start from zero. And then all the sands you get after, you can just use on whatever else. Because I mean, unless you're about to turn around and just full limit break another evoker, probably better just to use it on Colossus. Okay, actually, why is that double? It's always putting the last one in twice ever since I made the change. Oh, because I'm not. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, no, the code's kind of faulty. Because it won't actually make it. Oh, crap. How do we do this now? I have to rewrite this. But there's a problem. So what's happening is that it's appending it twice because of the way I have the code written. Which I guess it maybe just flip these? But no, because it'll still hit this one. Hmm. Because it needs to iterate through the entire loop before it decides to, or through the entire like list before it decides whether to append or not. Which means this doesn't really work. Because it probably has to be something like if pull this out. Like it'd probably have to be something instead of for, it'd probably have to be something like if my lips first to admit that I'm oh the last to and don't grades. Uh here of the not oh wait no. That's no, it should be in yeah, it's 0, 1, 2. Oh wait, no, it's because yeah. mean, it kind of works the way I want it to. Did you see? Bottom two edges down. Mm. Actually, that reminds me. I need to see how much off of Yugu. Because Yugu's been a little stingy recently. Yugu was doing me pretty good when I was first farming her. Now she's doing me dirty. I haven't gotten a sword since the first one. I've gotten a bunch of harps and fists. I'm like, with that one, I'm like one fist off from having two fists ready for full limit break. Been stingy on the animas. Yugu, why you do this to me, Yugu? I need you. I needed you for this week. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I need another, what, 7 to finish getting that? She's been a little stingy recently. Actually, no, I can't like do that because I won't know how many. That'll be too inefficient because then I have to keep continuously being and this and this and this. Yeah, no, it's still gonna like loop through it. Oh, make a list. That's what I should do. Mm, no. Where's this taken? Equals an empty list, right? And then what we'll do in here is we'll append. Where's this taken? And grade 0. And then we'll go down here and be like, if course 0 in courses taken and course 1 greater than 0. will be student name. Append course. I think, well, the problem is I think this should be like outside of the for loop, right? Because with the for loop, I needed to go through the entirety of the values and append that. Before I try this, I'm going to print courses table. Oops. Wait, right. To the here. Why is it doing it 3 times though? Oh, because I'm calling for this 3 times. Okay. It works. That's what I wanted. Well, no, actually it doesn't, because it's not actually appending what I want it to append. It should just be appending this first thing here, but it's appending the entire tuple. Hmm. Wait, it's treating it like a list of a list. Why is it treating it like a list of a list? Like it's treating the dictionary value as a list of a list. Okay, so in here it's not dictionary because it's a list of a tuple. Why is it a list of a list in here? Oh, is it because does items make it a list? No, I don't think it does. Yeah, no, it doesn't turn it into a list. Oh no, it does. It returns it as a list. It returns it as a list of tuples actually. Huh. Oh, so view object that. Yeah, but that's actually causing problems though. Random call for new characters coming in Flash soon. Hmm. Not really, honestly. I can't think of anything personally. Unless they wanted to just like randomly grant something. But even then, I don't know what they would grant. But I imagine if they're gonna do it, it'd be for water. Plot twist: Grand Leviathan comes out. Shrug shoulders. Next. I don't know. I got nothing. Honestly. No, it's so weird because it worked here when I had it print. Wait, no, now it's doing that again. How did I get it to do this? Oh, it was. I'm trolling. I'm not used to this like side by side square bracket thing. SSR Walder? Brother, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I love how like Walder just straight up had a whole event like featured around him. And that's the only way he escaped our prison. That's the only SR version that exists for him, is his event version. All the people huffing copium be like, he's gonna get an SSR, he has an event, he has starred. Bruh. That games be wild then, honestly. I think that's like the only thing I don't like about side games right now. I think like ironically enough, I feel like miHoYo does a slightly better job of that. And the fact that you could like characters they introduce and that you've like been dealing with get made playable or they kill them off because they hate us. But like they do a really good job of just giving them some sort of playable version. And then like in then you have like Grand Blue where it's like we have all these like SR characters that people have been like they like, especially if you're like an older player, because you know back in the day we had to use R and SR characters to get by when we didn't have SSRs, and it was just like we've been waiting for them to get their grow up, and then side games was like, hmm. And you're just like, brother. Okay, that works. Okay, this works, but this is not working because it should have appended these into it. Mm-hmm. AKA me waiting for Ryan to escape SR hell. You know, something that was really like that was kind of a valid thing that got brought up is that they've done absolutely nothing with the stance swap mechanic since they introduced it. Like there has not like there's definitely characters that could use something like it, and they just I don't know, they just don't know what to do with like what to do with it or anything, or they just don't know how to make it make sense thematically for the characters. I mean, it makes sense for the society members, but then again, they have like so many versions, and they're all pretty useful. So, and I'm pretty sure any changes for the society members, they'll probably just save it for their grandkids. But oh, actually, speaking of, what if they just randomly dropped like Grand Basaraga or something? Also got another harp off of that. I'm pretty sure that I have like 2 harps that are ready for full limit break. If course 0 is not in courses taken, which it shouldn't be, and course 1, which is the grade, okay, so it's passing it through. It's just not appending it. Oh wait, it's appending it to this. It might be working. Oh, it is working. I don't know how, considering that it's only comparing it to Introduction to Programming. Okay, breathing. Oh, because I'm telling it to check. Oh, I know what's going on. This is a problem. Yeah, because grades is a list. Actually, I really hope they don't. I'd be screwed if they released like Grand Boss. Because Zeta I want because I'm a Fire Lord, but Grand Vasaraga is just Vasaraga is like one of the characters I like. I own like all of his versions except for his Summer and Halloween versions. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I now realize why it's only putting it in because I'm telling it to look at the first index and then the first thing. So that doesn't work. So I need something. Oh, I don't know. I needed to put like a value here that increases incrementally. Grand Cassius before Vasaraga. I would probably bring them a lot more money, that's for sure. Pretty sure they made bank when they made that Valentine Cassius. Mm-hmm. No, it still doesn't work. Why not? Oh, it's not gonna work because I know why. Shit. Oh, it's not gonna work because it's not gonna run continuously, right? So every time it comes back, it's gonna see that I equals 0, and then it's just gonna come down here and do 0, and then it's gonna move it up by 1, but then it's gonna like return, like it's just gonna kill the function because it doesn't have a reason to keep running. How do I need to use length? I probably need to use the length of the grade. Um, fuck. Yeah, I kind of figured that was. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Because it added introduction to programming and then advanced course in programming, but it didn't add the data structures for the courses taken. The real question is, why is it doing this twice? What I need to know. Because it goes if student name equals name, and then if this is empty and the course grade is greater than 0, then you just append the course. So that means this automatically gets put in. Then when this one gets put in, it should go, okay, we're checking, okay, student name equals name. It'll check if the list is empty, it'll see the list is not empty. And then it'll go, okay, down to the next one. Then she's going through this for loop. Which it shouldn't be doing yet, actually. Oh wait, no, it should be, because it should just take the like the list that already exists, append it to this list, and then it's supposed to check here. That is, the course name is not in courses taken. And the course's score is greater than 0, then it should append that to the course, or it should append the course to that name. And then it should print the list, which means for some weird reason, it's like doing this one twice, I think. Because this is getting added, but and like they're getting added once, which is what we want, which is down here. Because earlier the problem is that what the way I had it written, it wasn't catching make it work. But now it's like doubling on a list part. Or like it's like skipping a list step. Oh, because I'm not telling it to update. Okay, I understand what's going on. Never mind. It's working as intended. I understand why it's printing it like that. Okay, I understand. It's working as intended. It's because I'm not telling it to like update the list again, right? Like I'm telling it to append the list here. So what it'll do is that it's just checking. Yeah, that's the problem. Is that it doesn't hit a range of 2 until after I already add it, which doesn't happen until after I tell it. That's fine. Interesting. We'll put those songs back to back. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I couldn't. I it took me a while to figure out why I liked this song, and it's because it reminds me a bit of like older Avenged Sevenfold. Oh, this is. Hmm. Yeah, this code's not like good. Because like the exact specifications is that it needs to check if it does a repeat, it needs to check if the grade is higher. Like if the grade, if like the student retakes a course and the grade is lower, on the retake than it was originally, then it doesn't change the grade. But if but obviously that means the caveat is that if the student's grade is higher, then it should change it. That I didn't quite figure out the changing part, but it also just means that like they want you to write a line of code for it. I don't know. And so like I do know. It's just it means that I have to like basically it means the original like I don't have to like do this whole thing, but I just need to adapt some of this code over, which means I don't need this. And I need this to just be. Oh wait, no, we do need that. It's just need this. Yeah, but then we have this issue again, right? Where it's like putting in introduction to programming twice. Which means if I do this, it would put it in like 3 times. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I mean, I could still probably run it the old way. And still. Mhm. Oh, I think I'm like making this more complicated than it needs. Try and range, length, grids, which is a list. Mm, mm, mm. Uh, ooh, uh, oh. Mm. And grades and students. In range, the length of grids, courses taken, and the name. Mm. Oh no, yeah, actually that's I can't have it like that. It has to be the other way. Like it has to be here because I forget that it's gonna try to like the range. I mean it'll still be 0. It's just I think this will return an error message if I do that. That works. It works this way too. Oh, actually it doesn't work because it does the same problem where it like puts that twice. Oh, never mind. It's broken again. Oh, right, because it breaks if I have this like not set. Oh, no, it's just broken again. Fuck. I keep like fixing it then breaking it to try to like fit in the other parameter, and then I keep like doing that over again. Okay, so it has to be this way. Because if it's not in this order, it puts introduction to programming twice. Why though? Good question. See, because like the issue here is the would this still work if I did this? It does. Oh no, right, it will because it's in the same thing. What if I do here? Yeah, no, I didn't figure I figured that wasn't gonna work. Well, it kind of works, but it breaks. Oh, actually? Because what I was thinking was mm, all right, no, that just completely borks it. Well, because what I was thinking is I could also just do this. Oh no, that's gonna overlap though. To first grades. Dot append grade. Because then this would be else if course 0 is in courses taken and course 1 greater than course grades. See, that breaks it. Kind of does. Oh no, it breaks it up here. What does it break up here for? Wait, why does it break up here? It was working fine earlier when I had to flip like that. Now it's double putting that, like now it's double putting a thing again. What? Why? I guess I can't put it in that loop. Because for whatever reason, it thinks that it just runs it again where it's saying it's not in courses taken when I feel like it should have been in courses taken. I don't know. It works this way, so we'll leave it. The problem though is I can't use this one. Yeah, because it's not like in range. Oh, it is in range. I mean, it works. It's just I don't know what to right here. Mm-hmm. You're kidding me. That's all it needed to do? Bro, it took like an hour trying to figure that out yesterday. That's all it needed. That's all it needed. Oh my god. It took like an hour just like brute forcing solutions, and then now I just like stumble upon the solution. Oh, wait, actually, no, it didn't work. Oh, because it's gonna. Oh, I see what the problem is. Okay, so it kind of works, but it kind of doesn't at the same time. But I understand how to replace it now. Bro, trying to like do shit with dictionaries aside from like, well, dictionaries that use tuples and stuff is kind of rough, honestly. I feel like if I don't use tuples, it's like fine. Because navigating like dictionaries of like lists I've done before, some other stuff. But this tuples one, it's kind of tricky. No, oh, what? I think what it needs to be is it needs to be course index 0. Take it. All right. X. Um. All right, because it's hmm. Because it should be saved in the order that it's like the values in the thing. All right, find is only for a string. Okay. It works because it's replacing it, and it replaced the correct one. So we're slowly figuring it out. Course zero and courses taken. Course index. If students name course less than. Yeah, I kind of figured that wasn't gonna work. We did it. It works. Innocent. It works. It replaces the introduction to programming. It, it might be a little hard to tell, but I'll wipe it. All right, so this is like the default one, right? So we check, and it goes, all right, it runs through. Oh my god, this is so much simpler than what I was trying to do yesterday. Well, not necessarily simpler. It's a bit more steps, but it makes sense. Like my brain understands. Um, so like what it does, right, is it works properly, because we're testing it on introduction to programming. We'll test it on the other ones just to make sure it doesn't bork. But it's with introduction to programming, right? The first initial run is the score is 2, and then we have a second one that's the score is the grade is 1, and it doesn't replace it because it's going okay. It's in the list, but the grade that is in the dictionary is higher than the grade that is being put in through the argument, so therefore does nothing. But then if we take this and we increase it to 3 and we run it again, it'll then take introduction to programming, it checks it, it goes, well, it's 2 in the dictionary and it's 3 in the argument, so therefore the argument over like replaces the stuff in the dictionary. And because the list we have for courses taken is which means we don't need this line, pretty sure. Yeah. So since the index of the list that we made is in the same index or in the same order as the dictionary, the list that's in the dictionary, pulling the index from that and using that as the value for changing the stuff in the dictionary is what works. Okay, so now I want to test if it works with the other ones and it doesn't get borked. Okay, see now we have. Oh wait, never mind. I didn't spell it right. Yeah, it works. It works. It works for all of them. That's awesome. Sick. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. And then one more just to make sure. Okay, so for the last one, it's actually kind of fucky. Why? See, that's the issue I was having. If the last one is the one that's supposed to be changed, then it doesn't work the way I have it here. Which I'm not sure why. Because what's happening is it's appending it to the list. Oh, because it's not like check. I think. Hmm. Oh. Is it because it's not going through the range, through the entire range? It's probably because it's not going through the entire range, right? Yeah. Hmm. All right, yeah, because this is something I didn't understand. It's oh, because grades. Oh, I understand. Hmm. No, actually, no, I don't understand because it should be already in grades. It's as if it's just skipping straight over the for loop and going straight to the if, like this the nested for loop, but it shouldn't be. Yeah. Yeah. Why though? Why does it print three empty lists? Honestly, couldn't I just do like up here for I in range of length of no, because that's just not working at all. Why not? Oh wait, no, because this needs to be I and then 0. Oh man, coding. I love it. Works for like 99 things, and the last one kind of breaks it. What I don't understand is why is it not like the list generation isn't acting the way I'm expecting it to. Because for I in range of the length of the student's name, which is supposed to be the lists, right? I get pulled in. Oh, actually, I think I know why it's like printing me out. 'Cause I have it before it appends, but still, introduction to but it's like adding introduction to programming over and over again. Mm-hmm. What? No, it still adds it again. For some weird reason, like it's not working the way I'm like expecting it to work. For I in the range of the length of student's name, by the time it hits this, it should have this in here. So why is it not putting it in the list? It's just skipping over it. Like we call this the first time. This gets added to the list. Great. Now this one, for some reason, isn't getting added. It's like skipping, and it's kind of annoying me. And like I know it's because of the way I've written it. Maybe it's because I don't need to do that. Take this out. So we go this. No, it needs to iterate through with the for loop. Mm-hmm. Oh crap! No, that's not gonna work. What does you see then? Oh, I think it's because I have this in this loop. I think it's because I was like too hung up on having it connected to grades. When it doesn't need that. Baby. Just tabbed it back so it wouldn't do that, and then it does it anyway. Now it does it 3 fucking times. What the actual fuck, bro? Like, oh my god. Every change I make just makes it worse. It does it like 50 times now. What the actual fuck? I don't understand. Oh, why did the last one have to cause a problem? Oh, it was working so good for everything, and then the last one causes a problem, and now like everything's fucking shambles. Oh man, there's always got to be something that pops up, don't there? It was working so I just don't understand why this isn't working how I'm expecting it to work. It's just like why? Why does it go 3 times before it adds the next fucking thing? Whatever, I'm gonna stop looking at it because I'm gonna get pissed off. Not like pissed off. I'm gonna get like frustrated. Give my brain a break. It's been thinking too much. Like I don't get it, honestly. Mm-hmm. Oh, brother, I keep forgetting. I feel like one of the problems that whenever I'm like wrapped up in a like a coding problem that's like making me have to think really hard to keep like it just consumes all the brain power I have for everything else for juggling what you call it, juggling all the extra things I have to do. What's 75 for Excel calculus looks kind of spicy. Watching people with all these active grids like take a good while to kill it makes me scared. Yeah, since the study session now is like an hour and a half, I decided to bump up the break time to be like 15 minutes just to try to get it to line up a little nicer. We'll have a little bit of. All right, I was gonna watch. But I have it. All right, the falling thunder. Oh, yeah. I'm kind of scared though because I have a feeling that like Buster Wild. Well, I don't even know. Like I don't have to see how it pans out because I had a sneaking suspicion that February March was when I learned to deal with the moving. But we'll have to see how it pans out because just gonna have to like deal with it. But it means I'll probably miss streaming the launch of Monster Hunter Wilds. Is what it is. Uh, just means I'll dodge whatever like launch bugs or anything there's there. But I'm kind of concerned that uh that PoE2 will release Druid like in the same amount of time, and I'm just like, fuck, I can't juggle learning coding and something like Monster Hunter Wilds and PoE2 all at the same time. But yeah, I don't know. The whole moving thing's kind of like I didn't know it would come out this fast because like my mom was just like, yeah, you're probably gonna cuss us out if we tell you what's going on, so we're just gonna wait until it's done. And I was like, you know what? All right, fine. I already saw the look on my face when she was saying it. But the house looks nice. I saw the layout today or earlier when they were telling me about it. It has an unfinished basement, unfortunately, which means that's something we're gonna have to deal with to get someone to come and like finish that up. But I don't know. We'll see how it like pans out and stuff. Because originally that's what I was planning on. Like, if we got a house with a basement, that's where I was gonna at least put the streaming setup. If not, just have like that just be where I am at. Put some shelves down there or something. Hopefully the internet isn't like whatever ISP providers we have like aren't too bad in the area. I'll have to check once we get there, see if we get any good deals. I'll probably end up losing some quality because I don't know how fiber is set up over there. If they have like any options, but hopefully there's at least some decent ISP options. Yeah, Yuga's been kind of been a bit of a bitch. No swords. Unfortunately, keeps giving me all the other weapons. So I've been getting a lot less anime than I normally do. It's unfortunate they didn't do the thing that they did with the Revan weapons, that you just reduce the Magna 3 weapons and you get at least like 1 or 2 anima back. Can't believe I'm about to waste another entire stream just trying to get the stupid Google dictionary shit to work. To be honest, I could have like just carried on by now because it fulfills what they want for the actual thing. This is more of just like personal gripe. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah, I need to put a Siegfried team together so I can try to start farming that. I've been seeing a couple other, aside from Wins videos, I've been seeing a couple other like Magna grids pop up where they're using like either like one, like even just Mark 1 axe or a Mark 1 axe and a Mark 2 axe alongside like 2 swords. Which time is that? 3 minutes, I'll just start the next one. Okay, this one I think for, well no, I think we still need like another axe. There's a couple grids that use 2 axes. I don't have any for dinner though. Oh wait, never mind, I do. There's chili. Eat that. Because I had Alfredo. What was left of the chicken. I could just make like, get like a little bowl of chili and then just make a sandwich or something to eat along with it. Because we're out of tortilla chips. We're out of the Tostitos. Tostito scoops are so nice. For whenever you're eating like cheese dips or just, we have this like, well, it's not really a chili. The hearty beans where it's just, I wouldn't really call it a chili, but more like a dip that you can eat. With a spoon is fine. So we use that. Saw a video of Cosmo Solo, Yoji, Magus, versus Yugu and Snake. Oh, Primal or Magna? Surprising that had Christmas Yugu. I haven't seen anybody really run Christmas Yugu since she came out. Primal? Yeah, I figured. I don't think I've seen very many Magna Cosmo solos. Or like Evans in general. It's usually either like premium Magna, right? That has like a decent amount of like grand weapons or something split in there, or usually it's primal for the most part. Did it seem pretty comfy, or was it a little hit or miss in some spots? No. Breaks over. Back on the clock. I'm gonna throw my head against this wall. Okay, so why doesn't this work the way I want it to? Mm. Oh, is it running through like every individual part of the tuple? One, two, three, four. Because that would make sense then. One, two, one, two, adds it. Okay, why is it printing here? I should not be printing here at all. Yeah, I should be doing this, right? Prints one, one, two, one, two, three. Why is this one printing two with a single? That's what I don't understand. That's why this is so like confusing because it does what I want on the third go. Oh, never mind. I understand. Never mind. It does what I want. Period. Because this is the first go, right? Checks. It's not in there because it's blank. It adds it, prints it. This is the second go. Okay, I should actually make this. Huh. Oh, right. I changed it to C. Hmm. Yeah, runs one. I'm right though. It's checking every part of the tuple. Well, hmm. No, see, yeah, here's the weird part: is it goes 0, 0, 2, 0, 2, 3. Why is it not going 0 to 1? Why is it skipping over 1? Confused. I think that's what's causing the problems. And the other problem is that technically it should be doing a 4. Yeah, it's like skipping a run. Oh, it's skipping the run that has for when it has it in there, right? Because it goes, okay, we run 0. There's nothing in it, so we add the introduction. But then no, because it should still just go straight to the next one. It shouldn't be like doing this. Why does it run 2? Yeah, run 1 isn't doing anything, and I don't know why. That's actually weird. Why do they call it? See in range. Yeah, so it's obviously doing 1, 2, 3. Why is it skipping over 1? Because 1 should be like it would be understandable if it went 1, 3, like 1, 3, or what is it? Yeah, if it was like 0, 2, 4, right? Because that means it's going through every iteration of the tuple, but it goes 0, 2, 3, which means it's skipping. For some reason, 1 isn't doing anything. Unless 1 is like, is 1 the no, like why is it skipping 1? 1 should be the next index. So the next index should be advanced courses. Why is it not? Why is that? Why is this? Why is the third index advanced courses? You're pretty comfy. Say looped pretty much every single turn. Data basically always staying on better scales. The elements of fun. Oh, nice. Yeah, because now it's causing problems for the front and the bottom. Whatever. I'm just gonna put this back the way it was, and then just carry on because it is not working for what I'm trying to do. Oh, oops. there's just a problem when it gets to the last one, and I think it's because I'm not making it iterate through the entire list. Like it's stopping at like the second to last one, so it's just putting it back in. But then doing like range of length plus one is not an acceptable thing. Yeah. Zero, one, two. How is the list index out of range? The range is the length of the test plus one. Did I just initialize it? No, because that doesn't work. Yeah, because range doesn't need that. So even four is out of range? Oh, I think that's the last katana I need. I don't remember how many katanas I have. Let's see. Ah, gracias, brother. Didn't watch it all, but pretty comfy. Boogie loots pretty much every single turn due to basically always being on the red side of the scale. Maguses and Snake skill refreshing onto will hit the omens that will pop every time. What was he main handing? Was it the Arizonium or something else? Oh, I know what I'm doing. This is an index, not a key. Flip this to the charge attack pendulum instead of the standard skill damage one. Percent or boost to T1 CA. Ah, interesting. Does Christmas Yugu give Ogi buff in her kit? I thought I had like figured it out, and then I just realized that it was just the same thing I was doing over here. First. Yeah, no, I still don't really understand why this doesn't work. Alright, you know what? We're just gonna brute force it in here. I don't know if I'm doing this because I was being lazy, but I should have done it from the beginning. I don't need to do that, do I? That's what I wanted to do. Oh. Alright. I thought I was using append. What is the difference between this and this? There is no real difference. There? So then the problem probably isn't this then. Yugu gives 10% bar to the team on Ogi. Stays twice while she has 15 buffs. Skill 2 gives plus 50% cardboard gain for 5 turns. Skill 1 is 4 chan. Gives her next position instant charge. Oh. Yeah, okay. So further, alright, it's just, yeah, further showing the issue that for a smooth Ogi loop, you need seasonal characters. I don't know why they did that. For fire. Or not fire, for dark. Though to be fair, I mean, fire has the same thing, right? It's just that it's not as big of an issue with Percy. Because I think Yukata Silver is the only. Oh, wait, no, because we have Sylph. But I don't remember if Sylph needs to be targeted. No, I think Sylph needs to be targeted. like who you give it to. I don't remember if she just does it. The Sylph was kind of like the first ones for that, or at least the first one I can remember of that people used. Yeah, there's just no like non seasonal version for Dark, I think, for that kind of just support team, unfortunately, so far. I kind of just pseudo brute force it on certain comps that I can abuse Fedial. Because then I just permanently use the like anything that's like V2, I can kind of do it with Fedial because keep her shield up. Her double Ogi with Lich, like kind of pseudo keeps it constantly Oging. But yeah, outside of that, I can't really put a team together to just permanently Ogi all the time. Hmm. Okay, so the problem like doesn't seem to be this part of code. It seems to probably be an issue here, potentially. Because these two codes are literally exactly the same. Minus the fact that I'm like hard coding the name and the stuff into it, right? Because it's for C in range of length of students for name, which would be Peter. If students Peter name C C index 0 is not in courses taken append students Peter name C 0. And when I run this with having the print here, it works exactly how it's supposed to. Introduction to programming, advanced course in programming, introduction to programming, advanced course in programming, data structures and algorithms. So it tells me that there's probably like this is doing what I want it to do. So it's telling me that this more than likely isn't the problem. The problem is probably down here. So just to be safe, I'm just gonna grab this, just replace it. Change this to name. Change all of this to name. Yeah, the problem isn't this code that I've been banging my head against it. The problem is down here. Okay. I'm telling you, I should have just done this forever ago. Hmm. No, actually, why am I deleting that? Because we know that's work. This kind of just taking up space. We'll toss it over there. We don't. It probably doesn't need to be like make a comeback or anything. So greater than 0 students. Of course, 0. is not in. Course is taken. Okay. For some weird reason, the way I have this written is making it so if the way I have this written is causing the problem. Like this is not the problem because if this was a problem, it would be repeating here, right? So the courses, so this part of the code is doing its job, so we can just ignore that. There's something I messed up down here, which I don't think is this one. Because this is just checking if the name's value is to an empty list. And if it is, then it just appends the course, which is this. Hide that for now. Yeah, it ran step 2 twice. Why? That doesn't make sense. Because this is running fine. So like this has data structures in it. Unless it's skipping. Why is it running step 1 and step 2 before it's running this? That should not be the case. It's completely skipping over this. Like I think like it should just still print. Oh wait, no, because there's nothing in there. All right, no, it's fine. All right, so it's skipping this. It's going. Oh. Okay. So we now got it to stop putting a bunch of shit in there. Okay. So then now the thing is here is causing a different problem. Because this isn't supposed to be putting 2 lists in. It's supposed to put uh yeah, there's still a bit of a problem though. because so we put it in. So I figured out what the problem was. The problem was that we were making the list and then adding something to it, and then it was adding the list again. So now the issue is that for some reason it is appending it still. Like it's still doing step 2. Right. Yeah, you can see it here. It's doing step 2. Which it shouldn't be doing step 2. It should be doing like this shouldn't be printing, basically. Which means that for some reason it's going, data structures and algorithms is not in courses taken. Yeah, no, that doesn't solve it. Yeah, for some weird reason, I'm telling it to take the name of the course and then check if it's in this list, which it is, but it's not reading it. Unless, oh, it's probably because I need. No, because again, I'm just comparing course 0. See, this is where I get confused. Like, I feel like this is written out properly, but it's obviously not because it's not doing what I want it to do. Also, we need to get rid of this course grids. We don't need that. Where are you checking that it's making you add it in? Oh, that's what's happening. It's wait, why is it appending the entire tuple to that? It's not checking against courses taken. Courses taken as data structures and what is going on? Oh, because it's running through. I'm so confused. Did I just? No, this is written exactly the same. Why isn't this working? I actually don't understand. because the not in, like, it should be saying it's like is course zero not in courses taken? False. It's like, or this should be true. This should be marking true. This probably needs to not be in here. No, it's still. This is a non-issue. Student. That works fine. That way it just adds it to the list. And then we'll just put a return here so that way it just kills it. Okay, that works. So you can get rid of this. Do we even need this for it? Oh wait, no, this does actually need to come back down here. Da, da, da. Didn't I grab? I could have sworn I grabbed all of this from top to bottom. I just don't understand how they can be printing the same thing. Because if I tell it to print course 0, it prints data structures and algorithms. And if I tell it to print courses taken, it prints data structures and algorithms. And yet for some reason, it is flagging this as false. It is saying that this is not in this when it's the exact same string. And I don't understand why. But it's printing true. Like, why are you printing? How is it printing true? It's the same fucking thing. I'm so confused. Like, you're telling me that this is it because it's oh no, like it should fucking hard coded. I don't even know it's easy to replicate. Why is it different? I had to hit true at some point, funnily enough. I don't know what I did to make it hit true. Wait, why is it hitting true now? I'm confused. It was hitting false the entire time. And then now it's saying it's true, that it is not in there. Oh wait, no, never mind. My brain's getting confused. Okay, this is returning false. This is what it's supposed to do, right? It's supposed to say false. And if we print them both here, it's going... Course is taken in 0. It's printing the exact same way if I print it over here. But for some reason, it is returning true here and returning false here. Even though it's supposed to be... Actually, let's make it be exactly the same. Right? Because maybe it's the second part that's fucking with us. No, it's still returning false. It's definitely not that part that's fucking with it. I have no idea why it's pulling it differently here. Ay, vey. Oh, coding. Because this is getting compared. It's getting compared to a string in a list versus a string of a like value of a tuple. And it does what it's supposed to do here. But for some reason here it's flagging the opposite. And I don't know why. I'm assuming it has something to do with the for loop. But it doesn't matter if I have it inside of this for loop or outside of the for loop. What if... All right, let's try this out. Let's take that for loop out because that for loop might be what's causing problems. So we're gonna go here, right? We'll shift tab that over. Then we'll go if students, what's name? Name equals that. We do this. Now it's not printing anything. Interesting. Yeah, now it's not working at all. Okay. Yeah, no, so it needs to iterate through it. But I don't think I need it to do this. I think if I just do... I just need the keys. Oh, no, it's just not. I guess does it actually have to be? Oh, I guess maybe it doesn't need... I don't gotta fuck around with dictionaries. It's kind of a pain. Okay. Okay. So that works fine. Portion of the playlist. I mean, it's been a minute since I've played the playlist. Recently, I've been sticking to the more lo-fi stuff because I was like, I don't know. Like I'd been listening to my playlist so much that I kind of got fed up with listening to it. But then it's been like, oh, I haven't listened to my playlist in forever. And when I'm like doing something like this, where I'm not like actually listening to something else, it's I can listen to it. What's up, Zuffy? Okay, it all right. So this still didn't solve this problem where it's for some godforsaken reason flagging true when it's not supposed to be. Because I love that when I pull it out, it does what it flags false. But then if I put it in this loop, it flags true, and I don't fucking know why, and it's pissing me off. Actually, pissing me off is a bit of an overstatement. It's just mildly frustrating. It is step one. And then on the second run, it prints step two. We're supposed to not do that. Why? Cause I know there's nothing wrong here. What's wrong is the way like for some reason the way this is interpreting the thing. Like it's interpreting it as not a like not being in the list when it's quite obviously in the list, and I don't understand why. Have you been doing any gacha gaming? Have you been prepping for any banners or anything? It is not fucking true, and you know it. I want to shoot myself in the foot. I wasted I wasted all of this time because I accidentally put a capital L and didn't realize it in algorithms, and now I want to put my head through a brick wall. Oh my god. So dumb. I even double checked the spelling earlier and I didn't catch it. Oh, I'm so annoyed. Oh, picked up Girls Frontline too. Been playing WoW because new region up there. I want to get back into Star Rail, but I gotta catch up so much. I'm not ready for that kind of work. I mean, you know, if you want to get any of the new characters, you gotta get on the grind. To get in the field, boots on the ground. Yeah, I've been meaning to try to get back into WoW because one of the characters in the new region, I'm like grabby hands must have. But I'm so mad. I even thought that might have been the problem, that I had like mis mistyped, or like I had a typo in. Oh, so sad. Yeah, it was just because of a typo. Which probably means that like half of the like headache I had was not needed. Mm, someone else. Yes. This is a test for you, Zephy. Guess which one. It's only one. There's only one character out of the ones they've shown. This is this is your pop quiz, to get you ready for going back to school. Surprise pop quizzes. Expect the unexpected. I wasted fucking 2 hours on it. Oh my god. I'm so glad I didn't pick up coding when I used to smoke, or else I never would have quit just because of frustration. I've had a dry erase marker like in my teeth the whole time I've been going through this. And with the way I've been holding it, you would have thought I was smoking something, smoking a cigar or something. I've been waggling it as a screen. The Italian lady is Madame Zani to you, but yeah, she seems nice. Do want. She's probably the first like limited banner character that I'm like, I want. Like regardless of weapon type, I want. Cause like I was kind of disappointed. Like I kind of if they had swapped the weapon types of Chang Li and the Dragon Check, right? So if Chang Li was broadblade and Dragon Check had been sword, I probably would have gone for Chang Li, but they didn't. Waste. But yeah, but yeah, I've gotten to the point. Like for me, for her, it's a case of I do not like it doesn't matter what weapon type they have her as. I would very much like to has. Also, I don't know why people are tripping on her. Apparently, like I didn't realize this. Like I was like looking some digging because I was trying to see if we knew who the English voice actress was. Because the first time I heard her was Slinkster, but he plays in Japanese voice acting, if I'm mistaken. So it was just off of the design. I was like, oh, her design looks really cool. And then Rook was who plays in English. I was like, oh wow, that's very nice. I think it's the same voice actress as one of the Final Fantasy 14 NPCs from Dawn Trail. At the very least, it's very like it feels like it's a very similar like the way they talk is slightly different, but like the accent seems extremely similar to me. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, some people don't really like her accent, and I would tell those people that they don't deserve to have ears. Problem solved. Forfeit them ears, buddy. You obviously aren't using them for anything good. Okay, now that I am. All right, this should work now. Why are you running twice? Okay, you're not running twice. I'm just losing my mind. Introduction, advance this. Oh, right. I did this because this was broken because it was adding like two of hers. All right, now I could finally work on the thing that I was supposed to be working on, which was the summary function. Zero Saga compared to Zani. Facts. Put it on a shirt. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I think it's like perfectly acceptable if you go shrugs. Not really for me, but like, I don't know. Lambasting it, like, childish, childish. Actually. Okay, so the summary needs to. I think it's just the length of the dictionary values, right? Yeah. So reduce summary. It will print students as the like students. Um, uh, value of the name and students length. Oh, I just realized we have to move all of this over to the student database. I was wondering where the print summary went. Then we still back. Joke's on you, I never left. Oh my goodness, let's go this. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's like, what is it? Nicewig released a video recently where he was talking about how, like, uh, to be honest, it's kind of like in any sort of scenario where it's like the way you express yourself is, especially in this day and age of like social media. Okay, this still is wrong. Because for some reason, it's saying Eliza has more entries than. Unless it's not. I guess, well, it's probably a case. It's probably a case where I just need to make it iterate through and then just keep track of the list itself. But yeah, we're just talking about like in regards to Apex, he's like you expressing that you're not a fan of like how something is in the game is like valid and acceptable, but like actually attacking people is, especially on something like Twitter, is kind of a bad idea because it causes other repercussions. Like he was talking about how he's tried to set up independent, like third party tournaments and stuff, and companies just don't want to just because of the bad PR that would come with it, and they just don't like how the players like carry themselves. Because that's one of the downsides with esports. Because esports is a lot of young people, and people in the, I'd say even people in their 30s don't really realize what the digital footprint does. There's a reason I don't really put a lot on Twitter. There's a reason I like don't put anything on like my personal Twitter. Like sometimes I may put like ideas out there, but like I try, it's usually nothing that would come to bite me in the ass later. Really, trying to keep those ideas to myself. Cause you just, bro, once that shit gets out on the internet, it's out there forever. Right? So students, so how is most courses becoming? Because it should go with Peter. Oh, because it's not overwriting it. Right. I forgot to make an update. Peter Parker? I have no idea. I don't make the names. It's just the names of the it's just the names of the that the whoever made this course chose. All right, there we go. Yeah, sometimes I forget to do that. Let's go for my. All right, so print. Probably just do that at the bottom, but and then highest average. And from here, it's like if it would be. Oh no, I think we need to actually iterate through every single thing in this one. It's like 4 grades and students who name Stewie. If average equals. Oh no, we need to actually like make a list. So it needs to be grade list was an empty list. Then it's like for grades and students thing, grade list uh, and grades 1. And then take average equals sum of the grade list divided by length grade list. And then if average is greater than highest. Can I just say this as tuples? Actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, because then that means I won't have to. I mean, you still probably have to do highest average. Oh, it mathed their thing wrong though. It's supposed to be 4.5. Why is it 5.0? Yeah, because it's supposed to be 9. Uh, oh, because yeah, I didn't wait for it to. I kept that in the loop. Did it round down? Yeah, it's not actually a pending. Why is it not a pending? Hmm. Oh, because it's getting reset over here, isn't it? Drink down. I guess in this one it probably should be the items one. Okay. I'm trying to bang, drink down. Hmm. Actually, we'll just go back to this one. The problem is I need it to reinitialize as like an empty list. I guess it would. It would anyway. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just had it up here. I was just being dumb. And with that, we should have everything we need. Let's just double check that it is. Wait, where is? I don't need that. All right, so students are 2. All right, now I just need to do the actual. Still can't believe I wasted an hour just because of a typo. Dog, that's like the second time I've done that. That's literally the second time I've done that in the past like month. That's just the other time it happened was actually no, yeah, I think it was another course. I think it was just the MIT course where I messed up where I put the wrong thing in. Like it was just one thing that I had to change. And it was causing problems and I didn't realize it. To be honest, this one was definitely like the one where I was just like, I'm just moronic. Because I double triple checked it for typos, and then I didn't realize the entire time that I had a capital L in there. You know, I could save it as a tuple, but since I'm already saving the value anyway, it kind of like defeats the purpose. And it would be kind of confusing down the line. Maybe no. Versus I forgot number of. Also, I've been watching like random Star Wars videos on my YouTube again, just because I mean I grew up with Star Wars, so it's really interesting to see all the new stuff. I doubt I'd ever watch like the actual series, but it seems kind of interesting. And then like randomly, my YouTube started being like, "Well, we see that you're looking at Star Wars content. How about you look at these Star Wars: The Old Republic? You know, FBI man's been listening in on you and heard you've been wanting to play some MMOs recently. So just they keep sneaking in like random SOTOR MMO fucking videos, which to be honest, I had debated about trying again, like getting back into, but I pretty sure my authenticator isn't linked to my phone anymore, and I don't feel like going through all that, and I don't feel like restarting an account. So I'm just like, I'm good. To be fair, it was pretty fun. In all honesty, man, I was watching a podcast for PoE2, and I've been watching a couple of them because I'm waiting for them to add Druid. Uh, and it's just like, let's see. Students 2, most courses completed 3 by Peter. Best average grade 4.5 by like. And now I need to add this over here. And then I need to change add course. And all of this should work. Yep. I've been getting all the Are We Sure Clone Wars was a kid's show? And, bro, Clone Wars Clone Wars the 2D version wasn't a real kid's show. Like that shit slid so hard under the rating radar. Like mostly because I think that like they just were like, oh, it's Star Wars, it's fine. Like we've seen the movies. It's like no, like y'all weren't ready. The 3D one, like oh my goodness, yeah, the stuff I've seen getting popped up in there, I'm just like, ooh, yeah. I think a little money's changed some hands for the ratings. You're like, you want to make that for kids. You know that's for children. Look. Have you seen a Wookiee look so adorable in your life? No. Would that Wookiee do anything? No. As it like rips somebody in half. All right. It took us way too long because I got hung up on this, and then I tried a bunch of different things, and none of it was right. But we finally figured it out. And then the fact that like I had it technically figured out like an hour, and like I just got caught up on a typo, makes me want to cry. But it's okay. We're fine. We did it though. That's all that matters. We did it, and I have a feeling this would give me like full points. Well, it probably wouldn't because I'm definitely not writing it the way they want us to for like turning it in. But I think if they saw it, they'd see the vision. They'd be like, he knows what he's. Oh man, this is dictionaries, bro. I haven't had a whole lot of practice with it, so this was definitely a learning experience of how much of a pain it can be. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no. If anything, I was considering getting like playing Thrones and Liberty because I saw they added a new weapon that looked really interesting, which was the spear, and I am a sucker for spear weapons. But unfortunately, with the move, I don't have like the time luxury to try to juggle an MMO on the side because my weekends are probably gonna be in a oh my god, this is gonna be a pain. It would be a pain, but we are saved because it's final break time. Hey. Yeah, the hour and a half mark doesn't really. Or no, it should line up because it's like hour and a half, hour and a half. Wait, no, that's like 3 hours. And then 30, yeah, my breaks don't line up. I need to do like 20-minute breaks. Either that or do hour 45-minute timers and then do 15-minute breaks, and that would add up actually. Yeah. Now I know for tomorrow. Problem is it'll be a little funky for the night streams, but it'll be alright. But yeah, I would like I wanted to like kind of try it again. To be fair, I tried Thrones and Liberty before it released, and I wasn't too big of a fan of the combat. I really don't think the new weapon's gonna like solve that. So it probably wouldn't have lasted long anyway. But with the move on the horizon, my room in and of itself is like it's mostly just stop being lazy and actually do the shit I'm supposed to do with it. Which I was supposed to like vacuum it like a month ago, and I just kept procrastinating. But now I need to do that. I just need to put the things that like I never really fully unpacked my room, honestly. Like 80% of the stuff I just don't use. I just left it in boxes because I didn't have anywhere to put it because a lot of it was just like books and figures that I had. I do need to do some cleanup. Let's see. For the most part, I don't think it should affect the schedule too badly for the streams. There might be like a day stream here or there where I don't stream, or it might be later, shorter, etc. Weekend streams are probably not going to be a thing just because I need to make sure I don't procrastinate and actually get it ready. And then there might be a time where there is no streams with the actual move in and of itself because we won't have internet on the other side. And streams might be something like maybe just TFT, maybe just Grand Blue. I'll need to like make a copy of the folder I have and like install whatever because I have a laptop that I can stream from if I can't just set up my tower over there to run. So we'll have to see how it goes. I don't quite know the room. I need to look at the layout again that they for the house that we'd be moving to. Like there might be like a week or so where there's no streams just because the move is not in the same state. Like we're going to a different state. It's a bit of a it's not like super duper far, but like I ain't going to the other side. Like I'm still staying in the same time zone. But it's still a decent drive over. And we have whatchamacallit. Like the prepping is for because they're gonna hire movers because my parents are too old. And it's a little unreasonable to expect me to move an entire house by myself. So gonna hire movers to like move the stuff over. So I mean, like I probably, and then the other little like small problem is the fact that I don't know if I should take my desk with me because it's Apex these last 2 years kind of put it through the ringer, and there's a side that's not too. It's not broken, but I don't know if it would like survive the move. Well, I don't know if it would survive getting taken apart and then getting put back together. I might take it just to see. Drugs. Just to see if it survives, just to save money. But the reason I don't know is because the whole reason I haven't replaced it is because to go to an IKEA here is like a weekend trip. Because the only IKEA, like there's no IKEA in this area, which is really weird because we're next to one of the major cities of the state. But where we're moving to, there's an IKEA that's literally just you go, you get like it's not like in the same area, but it's like I think it's like an hour or some shit at most. You know, you do like a day trip of it. You just go over on a weekend, grab what you're gonna get, and come back. So I may go over and try to find a desk or a table or something to like replace it. This desk was pretty good. It lasted me a long time. This desk is like shit. How old is this? Oh wow! I just realized this desk is actually pretty fucking old. I think it's like 6, 7 years I've had this desk. It survived like 2 moves and many years of Angry Bear gaming. That's not bad. And it only really cost me like I think it was like a 130 bucks. Not bad. It was pretty good for its price. It was pretty nice too because I had this this like I didn't use it often because I didn't like it because uh I like to me it felt like I couldn't use my whole desk space if I used it. Especially because at least in this area that I'm at, I think I used it before. Yeah, because in that room it was really small and I needed the extra like table space. But in this room I didn't really use it because I tend to sit towards the right. So I could put it on the left because you can attach it to either side. Like it has holes on either side for however you want it, like whichever side you want to put it on. But if I did that, it would cause like I wouldn't have really easy access in and out of the desk, which in case of emergencies is not good. So like emergencies, regardless of whether something happens, a fire, I have to like something happened to one of my parents, I gotta like react quickly, like stuff like that. Because all that would have happened would have been instead of smoothly being able to move, I would have just bulldozed my desk out of the way, probably broken a couple shit, and then an extra set after. Uh, hmm. So yeah, I mean the desk might still go. It's just the problem is that I think if I leave it to the movers, it won't survive. But I think if we take it, it'll survive. But I don't think we'll have the space to take it. So I might just toss it and get a new desk. Which, if that's the case, then it like there might be some little laptop streams, which basically would only really be. I mean, it really wouldn't change much. I have to remember to do just a copy of the Python folder that has all the files and stuff, and then go and install Anaconda on and the Spider on my laptop, and then it'd just be like more coding, and then probably like Granblue and TFT streams. So it probably really wouldn't change from what we've been doing recently. It's just I wouldn't be able to play any of the other games I've had. So definitely no Apex stream. My laptop couldn't handle Apex. I tried running it once like a while ago, and it wanted to fucking. It started playing the Rocket Man song by Elton John while trying to go to the moon. Just was not having it. It was not having it at all. But yeah, I don't know. It should be nice though, because one, it's closer to my brother's family, which for me kind of solves a bit of an issue because I have somewhere I'd like to actually try living for a couple of years. It was like once I get, I can get a job, and then that's kind of like my main focus, and then deal with some other shit and stuff like that. But the issue is that where my parents are now, they're pretty far away from my brother's family, and my parents aren't exactly all that young. And so like it's me, and usually like a couple times a month I have to like move things. Well, it generally depends on like whether my dad realizes he's as old as he is or not. Because sometimes he'll just move things and then he's like dead for the rest of the week. And I'm just like, you do know you could have just told me you needed something to move and I'd move it on the weekend. And he's like, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. But if something happens, like I was like, and I moved to where I wanted to move, neither me nor my brother would be close enough to react. So with this, I think they're like 2 hours for my brother's family. It's a pretty nice little distance. Uh, but yeah. And then the area seems to be pretty good. They've gone and visited. I mean, they spent like a whole year trying to find a spot over there. There's a lot of like stuff over there that they would use on a daily basis that we just don't have here. Like for instance, IKEA. IKEA is something that we've used a lot. My brother used to work in IKEA like a long time ago, like back when I was like in elementary school, middle school. So we've used IKEA a lot. So having one that's like actually nearby is pretty nice. Because like for instance, in this room, right? Because my room's on top of a garage, and one of the things that really sucks is that it wasn't really prepared for like someone to live in it. As in, there's no closets, there's no drawers, there's like nothing. There's no racks. There's nothing. So like my sofa is my closet, and that's a fucking mess, dude. The only reason it like works is because I know where like I have like a side where it has like all the clothes I normally wear kind of just thrown on it, and then the other side is just a bunch of other random shit. But I could have like easily solved that if I had like an IKEA within reasonable distance. Because the problem is that the only other options for like making shelves and stuff is like in this area is either go to Home Depot slash Lowe's and make it myself, which honestly I could, too lazy, uh, or go to Walmart and get some shitty shelf that's probably gonna break in like a year or something. So it's a little unfortunate. But I didn't have it, so I had to make do. And then like I had a couple ideas I could have done because my mom was asking me like before she was like, "What would you do to change your room that wouldn't just be like having to hire someone to come and completely renovate it?" And I just like spitballed a bunch of ideas, and she just looked at me like, "Wow, you've thought about this a lot." I was like, "No, not really. I just took like 5 minutes after you asked and thought because honestly, like I guess like my brain subconsciously like thinks about it." But yeah, so that'll be nice. The only downside is that the basement for the house that they're getting is like unfinished, which isn't necessarily a problem. I have like an outdoor like rug I can toss down there and stuff, and I have like a space heater, so I could survive in a corner and stuff. If all the other like connections work, because that's the main issue that I don't know. Is I don't know how unfinished the basement is. Like I don't know if there's like electrical outlets down there. Like I'm imagining there should be. That's pretty standard. Because that's the other caveat is that I need to check out the layout of the rooms because that might cause some issues with streaming. Because my idea had been that if we got a house with a basement, I was just gonna at the very least take like a corner of the basement for like streaming stuff. If not, just straight up just live down there and then just like call it good. But this one's like unfinished. And to be fair, that doesn't make a whole lot of difference to me. I'd still fit it out and like sleep down there. But the problem is like if there's no outlets that work, if there's no well, the Ethernet port's not too big of a deal because I don't have an Ethernet port here, but I made do with a mesh network, which works perfectly fine. Which that's another thing is I need to look into the ISPs over there to see like what to get because I don't know what hookups we have in that house. But yeah. Hopefully though, for my parents say this is the last time we'll move. Hopefully. For me, I don't know. That's gonna be like the last spot I post up. I don't know. Them being that close to like my brother, I might try to see like if I can get this whole work, like get work with this coding thing and get like my income situated. Probably just handle other things and maybe just go live somewhere else. The only downside is I've lived alone for a bit. I think I lived alone for probably close to 3 years. I mean, it was quote unquote alone. It was alone. It was alone for like a year, and then because it was on a when I was getting my associate's degree at the technical school. Like it was a duplex house, but I had my whole side to myself, and I like never saw my neighbors. Uh, except for the first one. The first one's there like sometimes be chilling on the porch, and sometimes I'd have like a conversation with them. The second set of neighbors, I like never saw them. Uh, but it was just me and the dog, and holy shit, that shit's depressing. Like honestly, there's just something about coming back to an empty house that's just you and the dog. And like the dog like helped, and like I played online games at the time. Like at the time, I was like raiding with friends and stuff, and I had played like I had just gotten into I think I was into Guild Wars pretty deep, and then I just got into 14 and was playing that. Oh, this run might be ripperonied. Stuff like that, but it's pretty depressing, honestly. It like hit me pretty bad. Like I didn't realize it till now. I wasn't like depressed, but it like killed my motivation because I just didn't have anybody to interact with like in person. But I don't know. I was also like younger, so I was younger and I was still kind of like recovering from the uh the issues that led me to have to drop out of well, yeah, drop out of uni and then ended up at the technical school. I shouldn't really deal any damage. Never mind, dealt like 10,000. There goes. I don't know if Vajra is still good. But yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I don't particularly mind. To bullies, don't be sad. Yeah, it was kind of weird because it was like I guess I should have tried streaming. Streaming might have helped. I don't know. But yeah, it's still kind of just hit or miss. Like to be honest, it's like I don't particularly mind living with my parents, even though I'm definitely. I mean, it's for the way like I guess depends on like the culture you're in. Even like in the States, uh, it's like there's some regions of it where living with your parents is kind of frowned upon for some odd reason. But like for instance, in Hispanic culture, it's less of a frowned upon and more like okay. That's just normal. There's definitely some places I've lived in. Like I've lived in Texas, and it's like like Texas is one of those where depending on what part of Texas you're from, it's kind of weird fun. But you go out towards like where the ranches and stuff are, like it's pretty normal out there because you know you're it's a family business and you're working the ranch and all that kind of stuff. But I don't particularly mind. But it would complicate certain matters if they ever developed. But I don't know. I don't really have a reason to like go somewhere else aside from just wanting to go somewhere else. To be fair, like I moved around so much as a kid that I developed like an innate sense of wanderlust where that sometimes creeps up if I've been in an area too long, especially if it's an area that I'm not too big of a fan of, like this area. Like I've been wanting to leave here like 2 years in, like not even like a year in. I was like, bro, this place sucks. It was so funny because like when we first before we even got the house, and we were just chilling in the trailer because we had like a fifth wheeler trailers, you know, ones that you attach to not like a bumper trailer, like it was attached to a hitch in the bed of a diesel pickup that we used to have. Rest in peace. I wanted that truck, and then we ended up. Anyway, that's a different story. But like we were here, and my mom's like, "What do you think about the place?" I'm like, "It sucks." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "It sucks." I'm like, "I ain't feeling the juju, ma. It ain't. It's a no bueno." And like to be honest, she kind of gave me the look of like, "You're not wrong." But like my old man, for some reason, was like, I don't know. I don't know what's up with him. He was sometimes he's one that he gets in his feels sometimes, and you're just like, dog, we need you to like come back to reality, please and thank you. But yeah, I've never liked this place since we moved here. And to be fair, it wasn't terrible when we moved in because it was pretty peaceful. Traffic wasn't too bad. You know, they did add some newer stuff. Like at the time, we didn't have a Costco here, and we had to go over to the like it was like a day trip to go to the Costco because we had to wake up early to beat traffic to get over to Costco when it opens to get the stuff to then come back to beat the other traffic. Because it's like about I think it's like an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes to get over there, depending on how heavy my mom's gas pedal foot is that day in particular. Her old age has not helped for. My mother used to be so scared to go about the speed limit, and now she'll like tear up the speed limit, especially on the highway. No biggie. Look at the speed limit like in town. You put her on a highway, it's empty. She is fast and furious. We're gonna Tokyo drift into that exit in a minivan. No fear. Shit cracks me up. But yeah. I wasn't too big of a fan. And that was before, because then the problem is that COVID hit. And then the area we're in particular had a lot of business. Well, I'd say like two, well, it had a lot of like more smaller businesses, but it had like about three businesses, three pretty big ones from what my mom was telling me, that they set themselves up like in the area. So there was a really, really big like migration for people from like, I knew about the ones from California and Texas, but apparently there was also people from Florida that like moved to this area specifically. And like there's so much traffic around here now. And the way they like designed this area just was not very conducive for spontaneous growth like that, or growth in general, really. As some of the main streets just are not big enough to have that many people driving through during like rush hours of the morning and the evening. It's just too many fucking people. And it's just like I don't know. And then like the businesses here, like the restaurants and stuff, some of the places we liked, well, they didn't survive COVID. Some of them didn't survive COVID. Some of them I think they let go of some of the chefs they had, and then like the ones that stayed, I think ended up leaving at some point, and then like they never got any better. They kept getting worse and stuff like that. And then like and then like recently a lot of the places have stopped like they used to give a lot of coupons. Like we used to eat Red Robins like a decent amount, like a couple times a month because we could get some, buy one, get one and stuff. And we could get some burgers because the Red Robins are actually pretty good. And then they stopped doing that. So I haven't, so the only burger I have is like Culver's, which that's not bad, but sometimes I want like a patty that's bigger than my fingernail. But yeah, I don't know. End of the day, I'm just here to be the pack mule for my parents, and then hopefully have a nice little corner to myself to keep streaming. Because like my overall goal, right, is like I kind of mentioned it before. This might delay it a little bit because it might take like a couple weeks off from being able to actually continue coding. Like I might continue like studying on my own, even if I don't get to stream. Like just do it on the laptop. But and I'll just delay the side projects until like I can set back up on the tower. But like my initial plan was to hopefully get comfortable enough that in the sometime in the summertime, not specifically when it starts, but sometimes in summer, start applying for like really like low end, just you know, basic ass whatever coding job I can find, and just toss like as many resumes as I can to just get something in there to just get money and work experience to put on a resume to then get better work. But you know, this might put a bit of a delay into that plan, but it'll be should be fine still because I can still do it on the laptop. It's not a big of a deal. But yeah, I don't know. It's just it kind of I didn't expect it to be. Well, I expected the forewarning to be a little bit more than like 2 to 3 weeks. Because my mom, she started off, she's like, you know, it's about a month, maybe like 3 weeks, and then she's like, might potentially be beginning of February. I'm like, mom, beginning of February is like 2 weeks and a little bit more. Like, what are you talking about? Like, she's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, fuck. This is probably I don't even think when my dad was in the military we had this much of a last minute like, hey, we're leaving. And I actually in that one I think there was one that was like a month, and it was like toss everything in a box, don't care, just write that it's yours. We'll figure it out after we move. Oh, whatever. Luckily, I never fully unpacked because it's so funny. You could tell because like I even fully unpacked in the house we were in Texas before we moved here, and that room was tiny as fuck. Like I unpacked shit that I didn't need to unpack, and I had to spend a decent amount repacking things. In this one, I never like fully unpacked. It's like mostly just the clothes I use on a regular basis and like my computer. There's a couple of things I bought. I didn't buy too much while living here. So I might need to get like 1 or 2 more boxes. There is like some container stuff I wanted to like move out from what it's in to put it in like a box or something so it'd be more secure. But I'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, it's just I don't know. Part of me I think part of me was just like, yeah, no, I ain't staying in this house for nothing. Oh, I think like my extreme plan had been like I was just like if I had to, I'd just find a place on my own in the area to just like move to or some shit. Like I don't know. I just part of me just knew that I wasn't gonna be stuck in this place forever. To be fair though, like I have yet to live in an area for longer than like 5 years. My whole life, I have never lived in a single space for longer than 5 years, and it's so far it's kept to date because I think 5 years would be in March of this year that we've been in this area. For like actually like moving in because like we didn't move into this house until like COVID had technically already started when we were like finalizing and moving into this house. That was like 2020. Well, I mean, it started with like the restrictions, like the stipulations, right? Like nationwide, which was around 2020. Me. So, and even then, I think it was like towards the summer, so it might be even later than March. So yeah, I have yet to live in a single place for longer than 5 years at a time. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe this next one will be the one. I don't know. Part of me wants to go overseas though, even if it's only for like a little bit of time, right? Like find a company overseas. I don't know. Maybe in like Europe or something. Go live over there for a bit, do some work just to see. But yeah, if I could get I get a solid job sooner rather than later, I could probably like start knocking things off my bucket list, like visiting Japan and stuff. And, gotta do the pilgrimage. Go get me some gunpla. Which, speaking of, I might. Well, I was going to, but then with this move thing, I wasn't going to. I was like debating about putting like a couple like SD gunpla kits into my throne, in case anybody felt. Well, the problem is if I get back into gunpla, I'd have to like get a camera to do, because I would want it to do like gunpla building stream, because that's the only way I'd ever actually build it. Well, I mean, I'd build it on the weekend, but especially if I put it on throne, I would definitely not want to just be like, yeah, I'll just build it by myself. Like, no, definitely want it to be like, hey, you can see me put these kits together. Cause I've built two. I bought two SD Gundam kits about like 2 years ago. I have an SD Asazabi, and then nothing about that. But SD Gundam Sazabi, and then I have one of the Three Kingdoms themed kits, the Master Gundam, the themed over Yanwei, which was really cool. It's not as like robust as the Sazabi one is, but like Master Gundam was probably my favorite G Gundam model, like mobile suit, and then Yanwei is like probably my favorite Three Kingdoms like character from Dynasty Warriors. So, well, his depiction in Dynasty Warriors is a little meh, but I like this character. And then like, what is it? There was a Three Kingdoms manga I used to read. Like I think it was like Ravages of Time. Oh my god, the Yanwei in that one was a fucking monster. It was so cool. I was like, yeah, that's my boy. He's a beast. But which, speaking of, there's a new Dynasty War, and I think it comes out in February. Actually, I need to try out the demo. But in that one, instead of playing as like the people, it's similar to like Wulong from Team Ninja, where like you're a person and but you're interacting with like the Three Kingdoms guys, but it's Dynasty Warriors, so there shouldn't. I mean, there's gonna be some over the top exaggerated stuff, but I don't think we're just gonna have like random yokai popping up out of nowhere, like we do in Wulong. Which, to be fair, I do want to do another playthrough of Wulong. But yeah, I think Yatima and us are about to die. I'm gonna offer back. Help me, Hippo, please. And my hands read that body like Graham. But yeah. So that's the general gist of it. Is for probably the next like 1 or 2 weeks, I don't think there'll be too much of a shift for streams, but after that it's kind of up in the air. There might be night streams with no mic, because to be honest, if I have to stream on the laptop, it's probably going to be no mic, because I haven't fiddled with OBS settings over there, and honestly I'm way too fucking lazy to do that. So, oh yeah, no, that one was fucked. Save me, please. But yeah, trying to think what else. I think that's about it. Because to be honest, this caught me off guard. Like, I go downstairs today and I'm like setting up for lunch, and I just see mom and dad like talking, and then mom's like, "Oh, show him the thing," and I was like, "Oh shit! Like, what thing?" Because generally, when mom goes, "Show him the thing" in regards to me, and isn't saying it specifically, it means I'm probably about to be like, "You have to be shitting me." Which, to be fair, internally I was a bit like, "You have to be shitting me," but then I was like, "Well, it's too far to do anything, so it's not that big of a deal." But so just do what I can. I had a shield worn like quickly last time, and now nobody's coming to be my hero. Alright, I'm just gonna burn an elixir. But yeah. Oh man, I have to like. I think I don't mind moving, to be honest, and packing tedious, and I'm not a big fan of it, but I don't mind that either. I think the big thing I really don't like about moving is looking for ISP and having to do that. Because oh my god, sometimes it's a pain. Yeah, I need to find out where the house is so I can like look into like what's in there. The nice thing would be if somehow magically it was still the same ISP and like fiber, because that's what we have here. Like if that house just magically has that, that'd be great. But the chances of that being a thing is relatively low. So because even here you couldn't get fiber anywhere. We kind of lucked out that the where we're at had the fiber done for the place. So I'll have to see what it is, like what we have there. Also, once we finish killing Colossus, I'm just gonna wrap up stream because he'll probably take another couple minutes. Actually, I'll probably just start wrapping now. But yeah. So that's the general gist of it. Like, as usual, I will let y'all know in the Discord. I did make an announcement on Twitter, but the Discord on the live channel is where I'll I'll update whether or not there's a stream today or not. Again, there shouldn't really be an issue for this week for sure. I shouldn't have to like cancel any of them. Next week, more than likely, probably won't have to cancel any of them. The week after that is where it gets a little up in the air of might have to cancel it, might not, who knows. And then for sure, probably whatever week is the the moving week will definitely be whatchamacallit, will more than likely be however long that is of won't be able to stream because, well, moving. But yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go say hi to Nicole, who is, I think her donathon's like, it went on for a good while. Playing Marvel Rivals. We'll go say hi. Colossus is dead. So thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. If it's an issue, hope you have a good day. If it's an issue, hope you're well. Stay safe. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.